did people in medieval Europe truly live without any sense of cleanliness? Or is that belief shaped more by myth than by everyday reality? To understand medieval hygiene clearly, it helps to look calmly at how people actually managed cleanliness in daily life, using the knowledge, resources, and beliefs available to them at the time. Stay with us as we take a closer look at what everyday hygiene really meant in the medieval world. Body cleanliness in medieval Europe was based on selective and practical washing rather than frequent full bathing, and this approach made sense within the medical ideas and living conditions of the period. People generally believed that health depended on balance inside the body, and many thought that excessive exposure to hot water could weaken the body by opening the skin too much. For this reason, daily hygiene focused on washing the parts of the body most exposed to dirt and social contact, such as the hands, face, neck, and feet. These areas were washed using bowls of water, cloths, and sometimes mild soaps when available. Water was often heated for comfort, especially in colder months, but the process remained controlled and limited. Full-body bathing did exist, especially in towns where public bathhouses were available and among wealthier households that could afford private tubs and servants to heat and carry water. However, full immersion was done occasionally rather than frequently and was often linked to specific needs, such as physical labor, travel, or preparation for religious occasions. Cleanliness was also supported through grooming practices like hair washing, beard trimming, and nail care, which helped maintain a presentable appearance. Social class strongly influenced how easy these practices were to maintain, since the wealthy had better access to clean water, linen cloths, and washing spaces, while poorer people relied on shared wells, rivers, or public facilities. Even so, visible cleanliness was socially important across all classes, especially in public and religious settings, and regular partial washing formed the core of medieval body hygiene. Clothing hygiene played a central role in medieval cleanliness, often serving as the main barrier between the body and dirt, sweat, and environmental exposure. Most people wore layers, with linen garments placed directly against the skin and outer layers made of wool or heavier fabrics. Linen was valued because it absorbed moisture well and could be washed more frequently, making it the primary focus of hygiene efforts. These undergarments were changed and cleaned regularly, even when outer clothing was worn for long periods. Washing clothes was a demanding task that required time, water, and physical effort, so it followed established routines rather than constant repetition. Clothes were soaked in water mixed with alkaline substances derived from ash, then worked by hand to loosen dirt and oils before being thoroughly rinsed. This process was effective and well understood, even without specialized cleaning products. Because garments were expensive and not owned in large numbers, careful maintenance was essential, and repairing, airing, and brushing clothes were also part of keeping them clean. Clean fabric was associated with order, self-control, and respectability, particularly visible through clean cuffs, collars, and head coverings. Wealthier households employed servants or laundresses, while poorer families handled washing themselves when possible, often near rivers or communal washing areas. Clothing hygiene was also connected to health beliefs, as clean linen was thought to absorb impurities from the body and protect the wearer from harmful influences. As a result, managing clothing cleanliness was one of the most consistent and structured hygiene practices in medieval daily life. Managing waste was a practical necessity in medieval Europe and required organized solutions, especially in towns and cities where population density increased daily waste. Most homes used simple latrine systems that directed waste into pits or cesspools, which were located away from living and food preparation areas when possible. These pits were not ignored indefinitely, but were emptied periodically by specialized workers who transported the waste outside city limits, often at night, to reduce disruption. In rural areas, waste was commonly reused as fertilizer, forming part of an agricultural cycle that kept living spaces relatively clear. Urban environments required more regulation, and many towns developed local rules about waste disposal, street cleanliness, and protection of water sources. Drainage channels, open gutters, and basic sewer systems helped move waste away from homes, particularly in cities that inherited infrastructure from earlier periods. Water access was closely monitored because wells and fountains were essential for survival, and contaminating them could result in penalties. Although the understanding of disease was limited, people recognized that bad smells, stagnant waste, and polluted water were linked to illness, which motivated efforts to control waste flow and storage. Hygiene in medieval Europe was shaped by practical needs, shared beliefs, and available resources rather than indifference to cleanliness. Through regular body washing, careful clothing maintenance, and organized waste management, people maintained forms of hygiene that fit their environment and understanding of health. These practices reveal a daily effort to live cleanly within the limits of the medieval world.